The next time you pass a golf course at first light, look for the guy walking the fairway with a soil probe and a paper bag. He is not fertilizing. He is pulling samples. Before that course spends $1 on a single bag of anything, he mails those samples to a lab and waits for a $15 report that tells him exactly what that turf needs and what it does not. More than 90% of 18-hole golf facilities run a soil test. It is the first line of every professional turf program in America. The grounds crew does not guess. They test, then they buy. Now picture the other guy, the homeowner in the lawn aisle in April, loading a $100 program into the cart, 4 bags applied to a lawn nobody has ever measured. No test, no numbers, just a calendar on the back of the bag. That $15 test is the one thing standing between those two people, and the lawn aisle is hoping you never order one. I will tell you what the test is, where to get it, and how to read it. Stay to the end, and I will give you 2 checks you can run in your own backyard for free while you wait on the lab. But first, what that $100 program is actually selling you, because it isn't a lawn. Look at the most popular lawn program in America. 4 steps, spring through fall, sold with 2 words right on the bag: zero guesswork. And that's the whole problem, because guesswork is exactly what a test removes, and exactly what this program keeps. The same 4 bags ship to every lawn in the country. The fall step is a 32-0-12 formula. 32% nitrogen, 0 phosphorus, 12% potassium. That number doesn't change whether your soil is sand or heavy clay, whether you already have years of potassium banked, or none at all. One recipe for 40 million different lawns. The program doesn't know your soil. It was never meant to. It's meant to be followed. And most established lawns don't need most of what's in the cart. That's on Scotts' own website. They will tell you an established lawn pulls the phosphorus already in most soils, which is why they leave it out of their standard feed. The company is telling you your soil already has nutrients. Every land-grant extension service says it plainer: test before you fertilize, because you can't fix what you haven't measured. Here's what the program skips. The most common thing holding back a struggling lawn isn't missing nitrogen, it's pH. Think of pH as the lock on the door to every nutrient already in your ground. If your soil is too acidic, the phosphorus and potassium sitting right there get bound up where roots can't reach them, and you can pour nitrogen on all season and watch it go to waste, because the problem was never how much you added. The only thing that opens that door is lime or sulfur in the exact amount your soil needs. No step in the 4-step measures your pH or fixes it. You're feeding a lawn through a locked door, then getting sold a 5th bag when it doesn't respond. That's not a side effect, that's the design. Now look at who designed it. The company behind that aisle is Scotts Miracle-Gro, listed on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker SMG. It had about $3.5 billion in revenue last year, and it effectively owns the AISL, Scotts, Miracle-Gro, Ortho, the Consumer Roundup line, Tomcat. Pick up a bag at the big box store, and the odds are better than even that this one company owns the name on it. In 2012, Scotts pleaded guilty in federal court to 11 criminal violations of the federal pesticide law. It admitted coating its wild bird food with insecticides toxic to birds and falsifying registration documents sent to the EPA to make products look approved when they were not. It kept selling the treated bird food for about 6 months after its own employees warned management. $12.5 million was the largest penalty ever handed down under that law. Not an allegation, a guilty plea, public record. So here's the reframe. Zero guesswork isn't a convenience, it's a revenue model. A homeowner who tests, learns his soil already has enough phosphorus and potassium, and buys only the one thing that's low is a small customer. A homeowner who buys 4 bags a year, forever, is the business. The program isn't priced to fix your lawn once. it's priced to be repurchased every spring. And in more than a dozen states, including New York and Maryland, it is now illegal to put phosphorus on an established lawn unless a soil test proves you need it. The state treats that $15 report as the authority. The lawn aisle treats it as optional. So here's the test the grounds crew runs first. A soil test from your state's University Cooperative Extension Lab, not the plastic color change kit from the same aisle. The extension services will tell you flatly the lab tests are more accurate. Nearly every state has a land-grant university with a soil lab attached that tests for homeowners as a public service, about $15. You mail in a cup of dirt, and a week later, a report lands in your inbox. What it buys you is the thing the bag never can. Your pH, the most important number on the page. Your phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. And then specific recommendations. How much lime, if any, and exactly which nutrients to add in pounds per 1,000 square feet for the dirt in your actual yard. It reads your soil instead of guessing at it. The 4-step program runs north of $100 a season, every year. The test is $15 once, good for 2 to 3 years, and it frequently tells you to stop buying half of what is in that program. That is why it never made the NCAP. There is no recurring revenue in a piece of paper that tells you to put the bag back. Here's how to do it. Sample. In early spring or fall, retest every 2 to 3 years. Take 10 to 15 small cores from across the whole lawn, sun and shade, down about 4 inches to the root zone. Mix them in a clean plastic bucket, not galvanized metal because zinc throws off the numbers, and put a cup or 2 in the bag. Search your state and university soil test to find the lab, request the standard lawn test, include the check, and mail it. Do not sample right after fertilizing or liming. That ruins the reading. Read the report in order. Fix pH first, always, because nothing works until that door is open. Then buy only the nutrients flagged low. If phosphorus is fine, skip it. If potassium is high, do not touch it. That is the whole game, and it costs $15 to learn. Now the thing I promised. While the report's in the mail, 2 free checks you can run today. First, the mason jar test. Fill a clear jar 1/3 with soil, top with water, and a drop of dish soap, shake hard, and set it down. Sand drops in 1 minute, silt over 1 hour, clay over 1 day. The bands tell you whether you've got sand, clay, or loam, and how your lawn drains. Second, a rough pH read. Soil with a splash of vinegar fizzes if you're alkaline. Wet soil dusted with baking soda fizzes if you're acidic. Crude, but it tells you which way your soil leans before the lab confirms it. That's the whole thing. $15 once against $100+ a year poured on a lawn nobody measured. Links to a soil probe and a mail-in kit are below. I get a small commission, but I only point you to what I've used. And a soil test is the first thing I'd buy before anything on the Scott's shelf. The grounds crew has known this for as long as there have been labs to mail to. It just never made it onto the bag because there's no margin in a test that tells you to buy less. Subscribe if you want more. And if your report comes back acidic and you're staring at the word lime, wondering what to buy, that's the next video. I'll see you there.